Hey, this is Gabe. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be turning this micarta pen blank. Micarta, I've never used it before. I bought it from my friend Ken Frisbee, his website. I'll put a link in the description. This is an orange and blue denim. So it's basically a stabilized denim fabric. This is a really cool looking blank. Anyway, so I have this marked as the cap right here. This is the body line right here, and the line in the middle denotes the direction of how I'm going to put this together. Like on my Eddie Van Halen pen, I just basically used the body, the same length for the bottom, the same length for the top, like that. And we're going to be using one of these, which I have already pre-made. This is a double start thread right here. Let's see what that looks like. 14 millimeter double start. This steps down. This is for the clip. Pretty basic. So this is sort of like my template. We're just gonna step drill this out after I cut this on the drill press. Or after I cut this, I will just cut this on the bandsaw right here real quick, and then we will drill this out on the lathe. So now for the body, we're going to be using a 27/64 drill bit for that lower portion, which is here. So first thing I want to do is I want to square this off, and then I'm going to go in about halfway with the drill bit. All right, now time to move on to the next step. I've got my brass. This has already been drilled out. Same diameter as this. And the bottom one, same diameter as this. I have another piece of brass that fits over this right here, and another one on the end. So how we're going to do this is going to be a little different. This is the cap one here. Again, 2 1/8 inches long. This is going to go over like this. This is going to get slid onto here. But first, before we do that, obviously I need to glue that. So this is just some Gorilla Glue from the hardware store. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Walmart, online. And my brass, I also I always drop stuff. Put that on. Give it a little twist to lock that in. Now the cap on the end here, I'm only going to add some adhesive on one side. But before I do anything else, I want to put, oops, that is just a little mineral oil, quite a bit actually, but it's all right. That's going to prevent this from sticking to that. I want to put glue on one side only. Okay. I want this to stick in case there's any glue on the inside that happens to run through. So let me tighten that up. Make sure that seats nice and tight. Okay, I got a little bit of mineral oil on that, so I had to wipe that off with some alcohol. So now going back to the CA glue. We want to put those lines, match it up in the middle. We're using double start. So that looks good. This goes on the end. Then I have another piece that's drilled out to match that with a dimple on the end. So put some glue on this on both sides. And I go through a lot of this stuff. I could use thin, but I use thin mostly for doing wood blanks and so forth when I'm building. So this works good for this application here. And I'll just tighten up the tailstock on the lathe. And rotate that. It'll put everything in alignment as it rotates. And we'll just let that sit. I have other things going on, so I can come back to that in another day. No big deal, I'm not in a hurry. If I was in a hurry, hit it with some accelerator and then get to it. With a jeweler's saw, I'm cutting all that excess off. Normally I just turn it off, but I'm just going to try this. When I turn it instead, it should make turning a little bit easier and quicker. This takes longer, obviously, to do it this way. Okay, one of the things, all right, now we're at the lathe, we're getting ready to turn the cap. One of the things I did, you can see right here on the brass with the jeweler's saw, I just cut those corners down on both sides. That way I removed as much of the brass. I don't want that to get too hot as that's turning. I'm not sure how this micarta will react. So one of the precautions that I'm just deciding to take. One of the other things is I've replaced the carbide on my turning tool. After a little work off camera there, I got that sanded just with 220, a couple coats of thin CA, and I had forgotten what my friend Ken Frisbee had told me. I had just instinctively used the accelerator on this right after I used the thin CA. Still looks good, so we will come back to this and we will start our wet sanding next. All right, so I end up cutting that end off over there, trimming it down to length, and I did the same thing with the cap here off camera. And I wet sanded that already. I still need to polish it. And this is a section I had made with brass. That's going to go on there like that. So what I'm going to do off camera is just wet sand that, polish the end, and then we'll come back once I polish it and everything for the finished pen. And otherwise it gets to be a really long video. If you've seen me wet sand, all I'm doing is going through the grits with micro mesh, 1500 grit to 12,000 grit. It's a bit of a process, so we'll come back when that's all done. All right, here we are. We've got that all polished up. That looks really good. This is the section I made. Got a little brass ring in there. We have a Schmidt converter. This is a Jowo number 6 two-tone stainless steel and gold. It's a fine. The clip is a two-piece dovetail stainless steel and brass. And I have some videos, a series of videos to show you how to make that on my channel. So anyway, that is the pen. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a good day. Hey, this is Gabriel Castro. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. You can click on the link right here and subscribe. You can watch a video series right here or the latest video right here.